So let's make money. This is a punchline from one of my favorite YouTuber. This is a guy that I watched when he had 1,500 subscribers sometime last year. His name is Dontay London. Now, Dontay London blew up right in front of my face, just like DoorDash did. When I came across DoorDash for the first time, she had about 2,800, 3,000 subscribers. And I was like, I like this lady. Most importantly, what I used to like from her channel was her skits. She's a DoorDasher. She was struggling and she was also going through like a weight loss journey, and she was talking about her journey. Now, one of the favorite things that I used to enjoy about her is her in her car. After doing a delivery or about to do a delivery, she will talk about the delivery. She will talk about her struggles and how her day was, how the customers were, things that really were like a reality check for a lot of people, for a single woman that is trying to keep the roof over her head and clothes on her back and a tummy filled. So she blew up in my presence, not in my presence, but of course as a viewer of her channel. But mostly I enjoyed her shorts, and that's why I kept coming back for more and more. And not so long after DoorDash started exploding, she would share her monetization journey and the money that she was making on a daily basis. Very, very, very inspiring. I know that I did also do a video on DoorDash, but I want to speak mostly on Dontay London, because Dontay London, similar thing happened to him. He's the guy that would sit inside of his car and encourage young black people to become YouTubers, because the struggle is real when it comes to young single black male who sometimes even are fathers and they're struggling to take care of their children. And this side, they are like child support orders that are just flooding their doors. And so he would talk about these things and say, hey guys, open a YouTube channel. And he would literally show the money physically, the one that he would have earned from YouTube. I remember there was a time where he had $3,000 that he was showing to his viewers and educating them about YouTube, not to take YouTube lightly, that it is an alternative way if you are struggling to find a job. This is something that you can do. However, find a niche, and this niche is something that you are interested in, you can talk about all day long, and it can add value to other people's lives. And he just kept doing that type of niche, and I'm also in the same niche as well. So of course I would look at different YouTubers that talk exactly the niche that I speak about, and also get ideas as well. Of course, I'm not the kind that will sit in the car, there's nothing wrong with that, and do content. I think I did it twice or 3 times, but that flattened out because it was still early days and everybody was still interested in people doing YouTube, doing talking head videos like this one, sitting in a desk with very fancy cameras and fancy aesthetic background and things like that. And then came DoorDash, and then came Dontay in their vehicles, and they were blowing up. Like out of the blue, they just went boom, they blew up. And I remember at one point Dontay London making about $23,000 just in 1 month. $23,000. I mean, it made sense why he was making $23,000, because from getting 2 views, 30 views, 50 views, 100 views if he was lucky for the past 5 years, to now getting 367,000 views. Yeah, the money would make sense because he's talking about money, and therefore he's going to make a lot of money as well. Now, the thing that about Dontay is that he's a young man. I think he's in his like mid-20s. And if you don't have a financial mentor, you don't have a mentor for that matter who guides you as you begin to make a lot of money, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. Of course, his first mistake that he made was when he bought a truck. I mean, a brand new truck. He just got a baby with his wife, and then he bought a truck. I think he moved from where he stayed, went to a fancier apartment, and already you could tell that he is starting to make rookie mistakes that are usually done by young black men who begin to start making money. And I worried about that. And where I got even more worried was when he started abandoning his YouTube tip niche, where he was talking about how to grow your YouTube channel, how to start a YouTube channel, and what things that you need to look out for. Things that people were interested in, because at the time last year, YouTube was on easy mode. People were interested in starting YouTube channels. They were getting inspired by DoorDash and himself blowing up and making all these large sums of money. And so what did they do? They would go to him to get this information on starting a YouTube channel, getting it monetized, and continue to make money, how to make money, what niches that make money, and things of that nature. And then the baby was born. I think it's a baby boy with his wife. And then the niche began to change. Now, when the niche changed, I said to myself, I don't think this is going to go well. Now, I'm just a lonely voice all the way in South Africa. Why would he listen to me if I go into his comment section and say, hey, bro, I think you're making a mistake by changing your niche? Because he started vlogging, even though he's been vlogging. His education, his YouTube education was through a vlog. He would take you on his daily life and show you when he's working and when he makes videos, and he would advise people at what point do you create a YouTube video when you have a 9-to-5 type of situation. He didn't like his job, but because he has to work and earn money so that he can take care of his family, and then it became complete vlogging about him, his wife, and his baby boy. And I also stopped getting recommendations from YouTube because the videos that I used to watch of his were about YouTube tips or YouTube education, not vlogs. And he disappeared. You know, as you know what the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. I completely forgot about him. But I think it was day before yesterday or something like that, either Thursday or Wednesday, I come across a video of his recommended to me by YouTube, and he's talking about getting evicted. And I was like, no, man.
So if you ain't see the last upload, I told y'all that we were facing eviction, and we are. I'm actually about to go to the office right now and see how long we got until we have to move out. But to make things worse, lights are cut off.
I feel bad, but again, the algorithm, it served his content to me because in that video, he speaks about money, he speaks about YouTube. And the very thing that when he was recommended to me was about YouTube and also making money on YouTube. So YouTube served me his video, but it was negative. It was something that I did not hope to hear. How you've been making $23,000 and above to now getting evicted and having financial issues in less than a year since blowing up on YouTube. So now that gave me an idea that I perhaps on my channel as well, I need to also speak to young YouTubers. If you are in your 20s, the thing is, it doesn't matter how long you have started your channel. It's not going to be like that before you see traction on your channel. I speak about this all the time, that the YouTube algorithm is a sleeping giant. You'll get 2 views, you get 5 views, at most, if you are lucky, 65 views. And that double digits will stick with you for months and months and months on end, if not even years on end. Dontay has started his YouTube channel about 5 years ago, and it was between double digits and triple digits in views, but he never gave up until last year in 2024 when he began to blow up. I think he started blowing up around August of 2024. So all that tenacity and the patience and endurance paid off, but he made mistakes. And I want to talk about those mistakes as well, that avoid the moment your YouTube channel begins to gain traction. And then you start thinking, no, let me now create content that I like. No, I always say, if you feel like you want to start a whole new niche, create a whole new channel. Because if you are going to start a whole new niche on your channel, that is your main channel, the algorithm goes back to ground zero. Yeah, it goes back to ground zero to relearn your content. I mean, if it took you 2 years for you to get traction, don't you think it's also going to take another 2 years before it learns the new niche? Yeah, so that is why you better start a whole new channel and nurse that channel as you upload for the number of months or even number of years while you are still earning big bucks on your main channel, because that is what the algorithm knows, and this is what the algorithm serves to the people, which results with you making tons of money once you start gaining traction. So don't make that mistake. And secondly, get yourself a mentor. Get somebody who is a financial mentor. I mean, some of them you have to pay a fee to them. Some of them are readily available. They would basically guide you on how to save money, what to save on, what to invest your money in as a content creator, and very importantly, when you are renting a house or you're renting an apartment, how you should pay your rent so that you never have to struggle with paying your rent at the end of the month, because you know YouTube and AdSense, it fluctuates. It's never the same. It's not predictable. 1 month you're going to make a lot of money. The next month you're not going to make a lot of money, maybe just somewhere there. Sometimes you're going to get brands and sometimes you're not going to get brands. So you just have to get somebody who's going to assist you. And when it comes to content, stick to the content that the algorithm now understands and also knows its audience. Otherwise, you would definitely be hurting your YouTube channel, your earnings on YouTube. And I feel terribly bad for Dontay London. I hope he recovers very soon. I really do hope that he recovers, that he never gets to be evicted. I would say go back to your old content. You see the content that blew you up? That means the algorithm is still pretty active with that content, because it served me with his video when he started talking about YouTube and YouTube money, when he was talking about being on the verge of being evicted. In fact, that video was more like how he averted getting evicted by getting some kind of assistance somewhere. And YouTube served it to me. So clearly the algorithm is still knows that this channel is about YouTube education and it talks about making money on YouTube. So if you ever come across this video, Dontay, go back to that content that blew your channel. You will go back to making money. It will start slow, but eventually, maybe after 3 to 6 months, you'll be making loads of money once again. Same thing with DoorDash as well. Her climb also tanked drastically in terms of views, in terms of her earnings as well. Why? Because she also began to change some few things on her channel, like channel shout outs or something like that. That's a whole different terminology for the algorithm, and it was not used to that. It was like, what is this? And so it started to learn, like it went back to ground zero, learning about what is shout outs and all of that stuff, when she should have just stuck to what was making her money. And that, I hope this video will assist one way or the other, so you do not mess up with your YouTube bag. Because, man, it's a hard one to get to that point. I mean, years it takes. Years it takes. This is going to be my 3rd year on this channel, and look at its views. Look at its views, double digits. So I know that it will happen exactly like how it happened for Dontay London, where out of the blue, my channel would take off and make all these amounts of monies and all of that. So mine is to make sure that I guard my niche jealously. If I feel like I want to add something new, open a whole new channel for that. So I hope this is some kind of value, and please make sure to leave a like and also subscribe, because I've got more videos like this one, and I'll see you next time in a new video. Goodbye.